Yo, we're good.
Think we're sitting?
Yep. Yes. Just go through this one.
Yeah.
What is that noise? Alright, someone go next. I don't want to be next. Shut the up. I heard some shit. Well, there's 10 of us. I did hear that. So many people died here. Hundreds and hundreds of people died here. Raise your hand if you believe in ghosts.
Cameraman raising his hand.
All right, Casper, you go first. Can you imagine the despair of day after day, your existence being this? And I can imagine a guy just checking 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, just filling up a wall. And all you have is this grimy ass window, tiny room, and this is the place that you're gonna mentally get better. Or maybe the society just counted you out and you weren't meant to get better. You were just meant to live away from other people so you don't bother them. Well, folks, that's enough exploring for one time in Kings Park, New York. Let's head to the next spot. All right, folks, back to the city of brotherly love. In this clip, we walked one of the worst blocks in Philly, one that apparently a few minutes before we showed up, someone had gotten shot. We met the locals, and they took us on an adventure. See what happens next. Philadelphia.
We have some breaking news to get to out of Philadelphia, where police say at least 9 people were shot outside of a bar, 2 of them in critical condition today.
This baby Kenzo. This baby Kenzo.
So as far as Philly goes, is this trenches? 5 minutes ago.
I ain't gonna lie, last week nigga, I had with a switch on the block. I know y'all heard of that. But look how we put this shit together though, just on the quick little ones and two. Come outside.
Oh damn. These are Gabbana's too, but just the tag fell off, I think.
You got that shit too. Oh, you put that shit together.
That guy looks like, you look like the businessman right there.
You right? So early. He used to be like us, but he changed his life.
I can't tell if you're a businessman or a teacher or a politician.
He used to be like
both. I used to be like this. I just do it in a more crafty way. That's it.
Park, we outside.
Where are we right now?
It's not in the park. We on Franklin and Pike.
So for everyone, I guess let's say there's 10 guys. How many of them choose a path like you, and how many of them choose a path that isn't so good? And what made you choose another path?
Niggas who I was sitting around, it was millionaires. My celly was Bernie Madoff.
Really?
Tell your story.
You had to sit in a cell with Bernie Madoff. How was that?
Couldn't believe it.
Did you learn a lot of information?
Wouldn't be in this position where I'm at.
I think that's the power of the right mentor in your path can change your life. For those who don't know, Bernie Madoff he pulled a Ponzi scheme where he defrauded what, billions and billions of dollars?
He was over Cumberland, but he died. God rest his soul in 2018. But you literally talking about.
How long did you live with him for?
Months.
What was the man like?
Quiet, humble. When I say.
Do people like him or respect him?
Respect him ain't the word. They wanted that information. They wanted that knowledge. They wanted to know.
So he was treated well there.
Very
He wasn't picked on like, oh, you're a rich bastard. We're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Once they feel like you one of them behind the walls, if you do a white collar crime, they respect you. I went from being a CO at State Road, CSCF, selling drugs out here, bringing drugs in the institution. And when I got locked up, I had dudes that used to be on my block carry me away because my uncle always told me, he said, never treat niggas a certain way. He said, have respect for them because at the end of the day, they don't stay locked up for long. So now when I'm in the position, I'm in the feds, I got somebody looking out for me. So you can always tell what type of man you're dealing with by his character. So now you talk about when I get behind that
Testing
wall.
1, 2, 3.
My reality was either seeing people work, sell drugs. That's where I grew up at. Grew up down 100 Park. Now you talking about being locked up with millionaires? The shit
That sounds like a gift in disguise, kind of,
It's
Twitch.
a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Oh, this is my little brother that passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, he got into a situation. He got into a situation with the cop that shot a cop.
Were there any marches for that? Or was it not hot like that at the time?
I would say he probably was in the
Yes,
wrong.
YouTube, right?
Oh, okay.
He's all my youngest,
Big
man.
38 shit.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing? Good to meet you guys. I'm Tommy G.
Good guys, man.
I always find it interesting how guys from tough neighborhoods kind of like boast about how bad it is, as if it's like it's good to be #1 of the most dangerous. I wonder if that mentality is what also contributes to the danger, that you want it to be dangerous. Like it's not cool to be from a safe city. And that, folks,
Dude,
was
what
Philly.
is
The
going on
next
with this
leg of this
audio?
journey is a challenge video, running a marathon without training. And I thought this was
I
going to be
thought
way
there was
easier
people in
than it
there.
actually was. In this video, I'm going to be running a marathon with 0 training. One of my goals with my channel is for you not to be able to predict what video is coming next. So I do like to do challenge videos as well. This one was running a marathon without training. And I was in good shape as a wrestler, jiu-jitsu guy, so I thought I had this in the bag. As you see shortly, I was struggling massively on this challenge. Let's roll the tape. I decided to freestyle this entire run. Just go wherever I wanted to go at that moment. So sometimes it'd be on a trail, sometimes it'd be through the woods. Just have fun and flow from place to place. We're only about 2.5 miles in. So today I'm trying to run a marathon, no preparation. Is that a bad idea? My whole life I've always loved to test myself physically, whether it's competing in wrestling, cutting weight, trying to train to be a national champ in college. I believe every couple months you gotta challenge yourself, really do something that's gonna push you to your limits. And so I decided to do this. I hit the first wall of the event, just hit 14 miles. I am just shuffling my way. I'm waiting for Alice to get here, but my mindset is, look, I'm not winning any records with the speed. I just have to find a way to finish. The thing is, these are moments, they're not fun during it, but they're fun to remember after you've done it. And you kind of add that notch to your belt of something that you accomplished. You know, I started off at maybe a 9 or 10 minute mile, and then as it went deeper and deeper into it, I didn't even care about my time. It was just finishing and making it through. Be thinking about quitting and taking it easy and choosing the path of comfort. And it was very tempting to quit. My house was not very far from a lot of this challenge, and you always have to answer those demons in your head. When you're doing something tough, they want you to quit, they want you to stop. You can't listen to those demons, you gotta just keep going. Knowing that when you finish, the confidence you gain from doing something like this, you can carry with you for the rest of your life. The world's slowest marathon. Don't try this at home. Oh my gosh.
Show us the time.
6 hours, dude. If I ever do a challenge like this again, I'm training for it. And that, folks, was running a marathon without training. The next segment we were gonna visit is back to my pranking days of early 2022. This idea was shooting my iPhone and trying to return it to a phone store. Today we're gonna be shooting a MacBook and an iPhone and then trying to return it to the store. To me, I used to love thinking of these ridiculous ideas and trying to pull them off.
Do you have ear protection?
In Milwaukee, this is just normal computer, guys. When I see people's faces trying to comprehend why someone has bullet holes in their iPhone and they just can't wrap their head around it. Someone accidentally hit this with a bullet, and I didn't want that to happen. But the OtterBox is supposed to protect the iPhone.
But that's way too much damage.
That just makes me laugh. I thought this was a viral idea, but for whatever reason, the YouTube gods did not smile on me during my pranking days. It just goes to show sometimes you have to pivot and adjust your course for things to turn out. And that, folks, was shooting my iPhone and trying to return it. Now, folks, we visit an all-time classic video series of mine, Hella Sus Songs in the Hood. They call me the White 21 Savage in the street. From what my GPS says, we're in a really safe neighborhood, right?
Nope.
This was one of my favorite videos ever to shoot. See, when I take my sus bars to Compton, how people react. Can I spit like 4 bars?
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean like a pit terrier. You ain't never seen nobody scarier. Let me tell you why I'm causing mass hysteria. Cause I refuse to shave my butt crack area. You ain't seen nothing hairier. It's a jungle down there, boy. I'm like, late at night, I turn into a demon. Pop a couple perks, now I'm leaning. Savage stroke game got my boyfriend screaming. Give me 3 more seconds, I told him I'll be creaming. Is that gangster?
It's not gangster, but I don't know what we call that.
Yo, late at night, I turn into a demon. Pop a couple perks, now I'm leaning. My boyfriend was screaming, cause I gave him 3 big strokes and he said, I'm steaming. Was that gangster as hell? What? So some of you may not have ever known me for prank videos, but going into the most gangster trenches area, pretending to be a gangster rapper, and then saying the most homo sus bars I can think of. But I remember trying to go to sleep at night and a sus bar would pop in my head. I'd write it down on my phone and save it for when I do a trip like this. I'm mean on the mic like a pit terrier. You ain't seen nobody scarier. Let me tell you how I'm causing mass hysteria. Cause I refuse to shave my butt crack area. You ain't never seen nothing hairier. What I do, yo, is I get the cash and I get it fast. Last night, I licked my boyfriend's ass. That was gangster, wasn't it? Was that gangster? What? That's just a good time, folks. That's just a good time. Let's see one more reaction. Yo, I could out-rap anybody from the moon to Venus. I'm famous in this city for a 2-inch penis.
My boy.
Gang, baby. Thank you. Folks, I don't know if I will ever do another prank video again. Part of me is tempted to bring Hella Sus out maybe once or twice a year. You tell me in the comments, should I bring Hella Sus songs back or should I keep it in my past with the prank videos? Let's see. I wake up every day and I pray that I'm blessed. Tommy G, baby, I'm gonna be the best. My sexual fetish is getting pooped on my chest. Woo! And that, folks, was Hella Sus Songs in the Hood of Compton. If I'm being completely honest with you folks, I almost pussied out of this one. As we were walking in the gates, we were surrounded by teenagers with masks and guns, and there's people, like someone had just gotten into a fight. I didn't pussy out, we stayed there, and we made it happen. What can you tell everyone back home that maybe hasn't been to O Block? What can you tell them about this area?
Don't come here if you ain't got no gun.
Jump off the porch, now we jumping out truck. He gon' keep on dissing till we need to stop.
Let me tell you about the last time I was in Chirac. This big hairy dude, he was blowing out my back. The damage was severe. I'm talking about my crack. Next time I'll be more careful. I'll protect my ass.
Yeah, you gotta protect that.
Cause Big Bubba, he was taking me to town.
Yeah, he be wanting to get up in
And I was like, oh, Daddy, not more. But he gave me more.
Oh.
Man, I love these videos so much. Even though I'm becoming an older man, that juvenile humor always gets me. Again, guys, let me know in the comments if I should bring back a Hella Sus rapping in 2023.
Bitch, quiet when I speak. Old men choke me when they're clapping my cheeks.
All right, guys, I think it's my turn to shut this place down with my raps, okay? I'm riding around in a Lex, boy. I say it from my chest, boy. We up next, boy. They say, what type of shit is he smoking? That loud, like my sex noise. Hey, I'm a Milwaukee rapper trying to blow up in Chicago. Could I spit 4 bars? You guys tell me if I'm hot or not. Shout out Chicago and shout out to my mom. I have news today. My name's no longer Tom.
No.
Now I'm a woman. You can call me Kate. I'm looking for a man to take on a date.
Gang.
So anyways, yeah, my pronouns are she, her.
Okay, Kate.
To me, a prank where both people, both the pranker and this person getting pranked, can laugh about it and have a good time, that to me is a good prank. I think there's a lot of pranksters out nowadays that just bother people, like the whole he got mad or calling some people a Karen, not my flavor. But if both people can laugh during the prank, I feel like that's good comedy for everyone involved. Is that gangster? Seeing this is gonna make me probably write some more sus bars just to have ready in case I need them, because I love this shit. This was a very crazy concept. This was skydiving while eating the world's spiciest chips. Heights, I'm gonna be jumping out of a plane. And spice, I'm gonna be doing the world's spiciest chip. So if you remember earlier, I mentioned that Sweet Cheeks gave me 6 months to try and make it on YouTube and real estate and not go back and get a real job. This is one of the ideas that I was like, this is for sure gonna take off. This is gonna be a massive hit. This is perfect for YouTube. I put it out and it absolutely bombed. How I got PTSD from a chip. Nice. Will cause intense stomach pain and likely vomiting. Just don't, LOL. Should we come back in?
Yep, we're on a call, bud.
I think this probably got 10,000 views, maybe 20,000 views in the first 2 weeks. I was an inch away from quitting YouTube before I released the Keyboy video, just to give you some perspective of where I was mentally at this stage of the game. Here we go! Oh yeah, baby.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Ready? I'm ready when you are. Round 2 is starting right now, folks. Oh. So folks, like any man, I have my fears. I am particularly scared of heights and spice. Oh, I don't like this. Not sure yet. Like a big dog shit. Uh-oh. The hiccups are starting.
You made it.
I can't.
ladies and gentlemen.
Not good. It's making me drool. And now it's just consuming, burning. It's worse than chlamydia. Folks, if there's any lesson to be learned from this video, is that the universe smiles on those that gamble on themselves. I think if you do enough things that are audacious and bold and brave, eventually someone's gonna take notice and it's gonna take off and it's gonna do well. And that, folks, was skydiving while eating the world's spiciest chip. So folks, we go back to the wonderful city of Milwaukee to visit an abandoned mall, a place that was once poppin'. There was Aeropostales and Hollisters, and now it's abandoned. What I love about videos like this is it really brings me back to my childhood. A lot of my childhood was exploring and climbing on the tree forts with nails sticking out everywhere and catching snapping turtles and jumping into things that I really shouldn't be, and it just felt good to be exploring with the boys. So join us.
Yo, here's this Rocket
The
League
abandoned Northridge Mall. Do you guys think anyone is in here right now besides us?
man.
Probably, yeah.
Shh.
Yeah, dude, what up, man, Michael?
Hello! Jeffrey Dahmer, are you in there?
Hello?
All right, I think it's safe.
I was in the office, bro. Yeah, dude. It's a brick outside, dude.
Open all of your eyes. All right, fellas, we made it through a tunnel.
It's gonna be like 20.
Ice Cube said if you're scared, go to church.
Yo, Mad Brick? Dude, that's the worst kind of brick. Maverick?
And look at the ground too, just like shit.
Angry
just
Brick?
apart.
Shit. That's even
Here's
worse
the
than
main part
Mad
of the
Brick.
mall, right?
You added
This
more
looks like
letters
it could
to
be
it.
like a jewelry store or something. Hey guys, heads up, broken glass everywhere. Anyone want to do a barefoot challenge? This is insane. Dude, every rapper in Milwaukee should go here for a music video. It's crazy that at one point this was a booming mall. There's Abercrombies and Hollisters and Kohl's and jewelry stores. Now,
Throw it up.
well, let's explore. Look, Chunko store.
Throw it
Is that
up.
for plus size shoppers or what is that? They even got on top of the roof and smashed out windows. Oh, dude, look at Tyler. Zoom in on Tyler. This fucking animal.
You do that air roll, dude. Fucking air roll challenge.
I have to say, it's a damn good feeling to be
What
with the
says- what
boys,
says it? Aero
exploring.
training.
Makes me think of my teenage days when we would sneak out and light bottle rockets or go back in the woods and smoking.
On your Discord?
Feels good. Do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
want to go to hell? The tunnel to it is right there. Hey, Mensa, show
Yeah,
them your
man.
fighting
I'm
skills.
watching it.
That's
Like
karate
fellas
right
in
there,
Paris.
folks. So there's all sorts of videos I do, but I have done a few exploring videos, going to insane asylums, abandoned areas. I'm curious to
How
your
many
guys'
people
feedback.
watch?
Should I do more of those in 2023, or should I leave
Hello.
those in the past in 2022? Guys, something to think
Hello.
about is life is a grand old adventure.
People.
I want to live a life that's full of experience and adventure and exploring new things. These types of videos always are fun to me, always very nostalgic and always very enjoyable. Why is it
am.
men's natural instinct to destroy? There's something slippery on the ground. And that, folks, was exploring Milwaukee's abandoned
Yeah.
Northridge Mall. So to me, Milwaukee is a city that's
I am
very
contributing
overlooked.
to the
We just
chat.
don't get the credit we deserve. But unfortunately, one thing we are #1 in the country at is having the most incarcerated zip code, arguably in the world, in Milwaukee.
So when are you gonna play some
53206.
Rocket League?
This is a zip code that 6 out of 10 guys walking around have been to prison or jail. That's crazy. That's absolutely a crazy statistic
Oh, shit,
to think
I see.
about. We went there to go talk to some locals. Here's
Oh,
what
I'm gonna go
happened.
to bed.
Can you imagine what it would be like growing up in a zip code like that and how your life might be different?
I used to stay in the 53206 area.
What was it like?
It was rough at the time. I think I was teaching, and I
Yeah,
came
I'm
home,
black
and
man.
my lady said, "Oh my God, they shooting between our house." Came home, my whole house was a crime scene.
The thing that we're highlighting in this story
Look
is
too
that
much.
this is arguably
I
the
don't
most
think we've been that
incarcerated
far.
place in the world.
Hell yeah.
What do you think about that?
That's
You know
horrible.
what I'm saying?
It's horrible.
And that's true.
Yes.
That's
No?
very true. I'll be watching plenty of documentaries about different countries, like shit in Canada.
You remember that
Motherfuckers got
time
caught
when you pipe
serving
twisted?
weed to the undercovers and shit? Man, this motherfucker got probation.
Yeah, it's like
if
that.
they do that shit here, then this motherfucker going to jail for 3-4
Except
years.
instead of
They
them
should
busting
be
in your
jail for
roof,
drugs, period.
you
They
get
still want to
bust.
call it a war on drugs. War over
Hell,
drugs.
yeah.
Huh? But every table they sat at and thought about, oh, well, jail would be the solution to
Yeah.
the problem. No, they need to go back to that table. They need to rethink that system just all the way fucked up. They pimps. They
Throw
the
it
coldest
up.
pimps in the fucking world. That motherfucker get like 60,000
$100,000 per person who get incarcerated.
It's crazy that prison is a business, isn't it?
It is, and that's why they can't shut that motherfucker down. That's definitely them.
What's up, fellas? All right, guys, so the story I'm covering today is that no one gets locked up more than in this zip code. How does that feel to be a young teen to grow up in a zip code like this? What was it like?
That shit crazy. Motherfuckers out here in stolen cars, smacking, getting grabbed. Just like, look at her pumping the fucking stolen car. What's going on?
So, did you guys grow up, like, did you know any people, in your, like, the older guys in your circle? Did you see people go away?
Hell yeah.
And how did that impact your life? How did that make you think?
Shit, motherfuckers come and go.
Yeah?
That shit, motherfuckers come and go. That shit don't.
So is it something that's just not a big deal and just kind of just expected? It's just what happens?
That shit just come and go. Friends come and go. Girlfriends come and go.
Throw it up.
What's happening? Good to see you.
What's happening?
Welcome to Project Return, ladies and gentlemen.
Project Return.
That's
We help
good,
men
that's
and
right.
women being released from prison who have blemishes on the background, whether it be a felony or misdemeanor. What we do is try to help them, transition back into society. We try to help them with their employment needs, help them with housing needs, help them with clothing, help them with mental health.
It was really important to me to shine a light on guys like Brian and Andre because there are a lot of people in Milwaukee doing good stuff for the city, and I thought that was a really important story to share. So folks, Milwaukee is the real deal, and you just visited one of the most dangerous zip codes in the country. Next, folks, we visit a man that I met long ago back in my pranking days, and it comes full circle in my documentary days. We visit the one and only YouTube star, Balin Levine. So Balin is a f***ing monster in the prank space. I did pranks for a long time, and he really helped me build my audience. It is almost 2
Ramen noodles are heavy.
It's normal that this many fellas in the house are still sleeping. Yes, Friday. You guys are some wild animals.
Call her a pterodactyl.
This has now been bequeathed to the Balin Levine Foundation.
Are you sure? This is so obnoxious way doing with it.
Could literally poo in a bag and people
I
would
know
buy
you
it.
like that stuff.
You have that type of fan base, and that is rare.
December last year, I made $1 million in a month.
That is insane. If those numbers don't make you shit your pants, I don't know what will. You would have told me growing up it is possible to make $1 million selling t-shirts and doing goofy videos on YouTube. I would have told you no. I don't believe it. It's really cool to see Balin paving the path, being a true businessman on YouTube and just making life-changing money. Very inspirational to me in my journey and knowing what is possible. But literally every middle school, high school kid in America just knows who this guy is. And that's the power of YouTube. Did any relationships get impacted?
Can't live my life by what?
You guys are taboo.
I'm gonna throw it up.
So what was that like when people that were friendly to you,
I think
they're not inviting you to the things that you're going
I think we watched this video together. Yeah, we did. You were like this albino dude that you were talking about.
I think it was very interesting to see behind the scenes and see the strife and pain that being famous on YouTube caused the Levine family, and knowing that that people hated on him, and then seeing Balin take off the way he did and completely just knock it out of the park and make a successful career for him and his family.
East Side Boys,
I really
dude.
love and
Little John,
respect
East
that,
Side
that
Boys.
they are a tight-knit group and they're all involved in the business. This next video almost never happened.
East Side,
We went to Chicago for this video, and then I chickened out. I was halfway back to Milwaukee and I got a call from my contact saying, hey, we can still make this happen. You should come back and do this. It's gonna be fine, I promise. So we turned around on the highway and we headed back to Chicago to visit the most dangerous neighborhood in Chicago, West Garfield Park. And here we captured On the Block with pimps and prostitutes. At the end of the day, these are all humans walking around. These are all people that were once kids with aspirations, and maybe they wanted to be a teacher or a fireman or who knows what. And here they are walking corners. You said you got into this 11 years ago. How did you get into this?
Actually, I was in Indiana with my family. And I met this girl down there.
The fuck?
His daddy's saying him. John right there.
Yeah, what's the Doug score on this car?
That's as John as it gets. Old ass white dude. Because he's scared
I see.
of you guys.
That's pretty good.
It's like you got me. Your relationship is standing the test of time. So it sounds like.
Okay.
So is the dream kind of to get financially stable enough to move out, get married, and kind of start a new life?
Yes.
So the plan is to stack away a lot of cash and then start a new life. What's the amount that you have to hit to be like, I'm ready to go? I guess, is there any message you have for people out there? Any parting words you want to have?
Be inspired within yourself. Love yourself for who you are and not what other people say you are. Or, just be you and love yourself. Because ain't nobody gonna love you like you.
That, folks, is one of the videos I'm most proud of doing, simply because the access to these people is very difficult to get. But definitely a depressing story. Let's lighten the mood with this next video. Usually when you think of a nice body of water, you think a condo on the beach, a lakefront house with boats and jet skis, but in this video, we visited the trenches of a place called Murder Creek. Let's giddy up on our way to Texas and let me take you somewhere. Tommy G reporting to you live from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, remember back then they didn't give a fuck about me, but now they all do cause they know who I am. I used to hit the block like every day.
I don't know if I should get my fingerprints on this shit. I always hold a gun like a grandma, dude.
Alright. Here we go.
No. If someone gave you a pot of 500 grand right now, how would you spend it?
Drink.
Ooh. Let me do the cell phone thing to all the rappers. You ready?
Yeah, that way. That's you. That's you.
This does feel pretty cool. I do feel pretty cool right now. I'm Big Dog. I'm Tommy. Nice to meet you. Dude, I've been bumping a lot of your stuff on the way here. You got, yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah, they pound that ass.
So this is where you made your hits.
Everything you heard, come straight out of here.
Yeah, dude.
If this doesn't excite you, I don't know
That's
what
mad.
will, because like this shows like you don't need to be glamorous to make a hit. So when you look at Izzy's number, I mean, this guy has hundreds of thousands and millions of views on some of his songs, and to think that it was made in the most gutter of studios, to me is very inspirational. Anyone can make it happen with the right amount of skill and hard work.
Turn it up a little bit. These niggas been hanging, I push more dope than Pablo. Nigga better duck me, cause one shot to your taco. Run around with that money, that's that guap though.
One shot to your taco, two to your burrito. Go against me, I got that motherfucking freak flow. Yeah.
That's some money, dude.
Nigga try to play, he getting shot just like a free throw.
Go against me, dog, my flow is so rotten. That is not an option. I am gonna win. You go against me, RIP, you're in.
I'm pushing weight without the gym. Told I'm sending shots, but I ain't shooting at the rim. Throwing a lot of shade because they pockets really slim. Niggas know I get it in, and we ain't never taking L's. They know we going for the win. I can do this shit all day, and I can do this shit all night. Your bitch steady coming back, cause she say that I her right.
Your bitch coming back like we sponsored by Trojan. Tommy G, yeah, the flow when I go in. So cold that I'm frozen. I'm 10 toes in.
Hey, girl, dot, I'm frozen. And they know this. Niggas know we got that white boy like Logan.
And then Jake Paul, go against me, you end up on your face fall. Since I was about waist tall, I lined that shit up and I hit it like a baseball. I haven't freestyled in a long time. This is fun. Me too. That used to be one of my favorite things. When I was 17, I started smoking. We'd go in the car, put on a beat. Yeah.
That's how shit started.
Yeah.
No matter whatever, just put that bitch on. I'm gonna make a whole song for y'all right now. Featuring Tommy. Featuring Tommy G.
When I was a kid, I used to spend a tremendous amount of time freestyling. It was one of my favorite things to do, and I haven't done it for years. Being in the studio with a real rapper and freestyling took me back to some really fun memories, and I had a great time doing it. And that was the story of Murder Creek, Texas. Now we go to arguably the most terrifying places of everywhere I visited, Skid Row, Los Angeles. At this time, it was just me and my friend Kristen, who was filming at the time. So it was me and a woman walking through Skid Row, surrounded by thousands and thousands of drug-addicted, homeless people. It was terrifying. I mean, there was moments that we were too scared to film, and people were literally screaming, "I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna kill you." This is Skid Row, Los Angeles.
I have a secret. I love Skid Row.
Driver ran a red light, hit me twice, doing 20 feet, and ran over again.
They killed a guy in his tent. His name was Africa.
Skid Row, Los Angeles. 50 square blocks of homeless people, and probably the scariest place I've ever felt. In 2 instances, people threatened to stab us just because we looked them in the eye. Here, we explore the beauty and the pain of Skid Row. Can you tell us about Skid Row?
Skid Row is mixed with a combination of people, you know, mental health, drug addiction, and there's people that just stepped out of society. But there's also a place that you can put yourself together because they have a lot of resources. Job training sources, get your job.
No, sir, I gotta be honest. When I have my cup of coffee in the morning, I got to go immediately. Is it easy to find a good bathroom around here?
Yeah, all the little parks have restrooms. Venetians has restrooms.
So one thing I'm really curious is how you choose your neighbors around here. Like, do you know the people that are in each of the different...
You usually do, or if you don't, you get to know them.
Because you gotta have kind of a level of trust, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Don't film over there. That's Skid Row. When I get harassed down in Skid Row, I don't do anything because Skid Row will handle that.
There's shouting going on, but breathe and keep walking. All right, so first thing, sir, a couple people have wanted to get into altercation just because we make eye contact. How often does that happen around here?
I'd say about 25%.
And what do you do when that happens?
Step back and say, are you all right?
It sounds like some people just want to be heard, and they have some demons they're trying to get off their chest a little bit.
Sometimes.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, wow. We give each other this.
Could you imagine what it would be like living in a tent every single day? I can't imagine what nights are like. The homeless situation in America is getting absolutely out of control, and Skid Row is a prime example of it. I don't know what I would do if I were mayor. It's a question that I ask myself a lot. Interested, if you guys were mayor of a place like LA and you had to deal with Skid Row, what would you do? I'd love to hear that in the comments. If there's any video that you think, Tom, you probably shouldn't do this isn't a good idea, it's probably this one. In this video, we visit a Mexican gangster rapper who's wanted. Is it safe to say that you are on the run right now?
Yeah, I guess you could say it in a certain way, yes.
Who's after you, hostage?
The government.
If they find you, what are they gonna do to you?
Probably gonna torture me till I cough up some money.
If we're interviewing you and they kick in the door, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we gonna be out of there.
They gonna beat our ass or what? What are the odds that we get our ass beat too?
Right here in Mexico, man, there's no man's land, homeboy. Like, it's crazy down here. This ain't no gang shit. Like,
it ain't no gang shit.
I had to sneak in the city last night. That's how nervous niggas is.
Hey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. A little boy right now.
Where's it at?
It's in the glove box.
Okay. We made sure to clear the house so there ain't
Or
no
in the
anything here just in case.
In most of the videos I do, I know who the people are that have the gun, so it's not scary. In this one, not only did I not know them, but they were being pointed at me and I was being ordered to go down, like to go down on my hands and knees. And being that powerless, I've never been that powerless my entire life. And it was terrifying. Honestly, the most terrifying thing I've experienced. This was the only thing that kind of gave me moments of PTSD. I remember when I came home from this trip, I got a knock on the door, probably just from the post office or UPS, and my heart started racing. I started kind of feeling a panic. It gave me the slightest understanding of what it might be like to be a combat veteran that comes home. Yeah.
Holy
Are we rolling?
bro, we might end up in the fucking ditch just so they could just like have no paperwork, no problems, no holy.
You know y'all
So-
made my life, right?
If there was not white people in this room, Americans, these guys would be the out of
So
here.
this is gonna be hard for you guys
You gonna
to
play
leave
some?
at home. We just got the door kicked in by 3 Mexican police.
You gonna play
Guns
something?
out, open, hands on the ground. So